Good day, everyone. I'm here to talk about a word that is mislabeled and wrongly understood. And that word is pain. Pain. Pain bears fruit. And that's the title of my talk today. Pain bears fruit. Pain comes in two folds: physical and emotional. Depends on your situation. Everybody's pain is different. And pain doesn't determine the outcome. It is the way your mind carries the load that determines the outcome. Every pain has a purpose. When you accept your pain, you have given it a value. It means something, and it's something good. Especially when you carry that pain to the end, it will bear you good fruit. There's no doubt about it. How can you grow without pain? I want someone to tell me who has grown without pain, who has not gone through problems, solved it, went through it, and God holding him in one hand and he's walking. I have never seen it. I've not had any person. Pain is a test. That's why I said it's wrongly labeled and misunderstood all the time. And we continue to look at pain or express it in a negative connotation. No, that's not the case, and that's why I'm here today to tell you that pain bears fruit. Pain is a blessing in disguise, but you have to go through it because that's the way of life. We hear it all the time, even in Bible, and for those who call themselves Christian, you read the Bible over and over and over and over. When pain comes to you, you start running and you say, it's not my portion. Why me? In Genesis, Abraham was tested. And God asked him to kill his only son and sacrifice to him. Guess what? Abraham didn't think about it twice. He never said it's not my portion. He proceeded immediately and took his son Isaac. But God saw his heart and knew that his heart is with him, the Almighty Father. And he said, no, I give you something else to use for sacrifice. And God blessed Abraham with wisdom and wealth because he passed through the test. I know most of us are going through a lot, with no exception, including my very self. We are all go through a lot because that's the way of life. That's the way it is. I don't care how much money you have, whoever you think you are and what you have. It doesn't matter. Your pain waits for you. It is a wrong assumption when we think that that person is so blessed and this and that. That is not true. That's a wrong assumption that you have been making, deceiving yourself for no good reason. Nobody is better than you, and nobody is loved by God more than you do. You focus on the outcome. You focus on the end and not on the problem, because you cannot solve it without God. He loves you so much and he wants you to succeed. He brought you here on this earth for a purpose, not to fail, but to succeed. You can never see a car designer or car makers that build a car and want to bring it out there for the car to fail. I've never seen such a thing. I've never seen a complaint like that. So when God designed you and brought you here, he didn't bring you to fail, but he wants you to be tested, just like cars are tested on the road. Those cars who could not pass the test never made it. Customers don't come back. So the same thing with you. He wants to test you. That's what he did with Isaac. So when God gives you a problem to solve, you don't say, why me? It's not my portion. And you don't start telling everybody. You don't start wearing your pain so that everybody and anybody who sees you from 2 miles away, 5 miles away will know that you have an issue. That does not solve your problem. You focus on the solution, the end. Just remember, just like a woman who is pregnant goes through a lot, but she knows that at the end, there'll be a very beautiful child handed over to her. The same thing. There's nothing painful as even being pregnant, carrying the pregnancy, and then delivering. It's the same thing that we all go through. It's about the mind. God loves you more. He's the one that gave you the load. Not me, not him, and not her. So why telling everybody that you have cancer? Why telling everybody that you have high blood pressure? Why telling everybody that you have a failed marriage? Why telling everybody that you lost your job? Why telling everybody that you have a failed business? They're not going to solve your problem. They might give you some ideas. But the man who solved your problem is waiting for you to call on him. Bring him so that he can make your load lighter and help you carry to the end. He wants you to wear the cap of success, gown of wisdom, and crown of the king, because you are a king. He is the one that made you. He's the one that he made you perfect. Even if you think that you're not perfect, and he carved you out, he molded you, and he gave you resilience. But you have to pass through the test of faith. It's called faith. Faith 101 test. You must pass it. Once you pass it, once you go through one pain in life and do it so well, you learn and you grow. Problems are no big deal. People wondering, boy, he is so tough. No, because you understand that pain is a way to a good life. In Romans chapter 5, verse 3, it says, we rejoice in problems and trials because we know that you will help us and build our endurance. They rejoice, they don't run away. You see, sometimes also, beside what nature dealt you with, people around you, your brothers, your sisters, your neighbors, and your good friends could be planning things against you, trying to pull you down. Not because you are bad, it's because what is inside them that's troubling them. But as they try and pull you down, God knows already. God has seen it a long time ago. And he has prepared a solution for you, a way. He got your back. And that's what happened to Joseph in Genesis. Joseph's brothers conspired to sell him as a slave, to get rid of him because they were jealous of him. A good man. But guess what? Without Joseph knowing what his brothers were planning, God knew already, and he prepared a way for him. And he had a place for him in Pharaoh's house in Egypt. So, not because that Joseph was a bad person, it's because his brothers were troubled, jealous, negative, impurities. But Joseph, with that pain, knowing your own brothers, your own blood betrayed you, how bad can it be? He went to Pharaoh's palace and served him humbly. Remember, humbly. That's what earned him that higher position as the head of the servant. And at a point, Pharaoh also made him equal as him, and he had authority in taking decisions without even consulting Pharaoh. That's why he was able to give his brothers and many things and grains and all those things without consulting the king. You know, you don't have to worry when people talking bad about you, trying to bring you down, because they are not your God. Don't waste your time. God is hearing them. God knows what they are planning. There are too many enemies out there, but you don't know them. But he knows them. A friend of mine talked to me 2 hours before I said this video. He's a pharmacist. And a friend of his called the pharmaceutical company and lied and told the company that he is removing medication and selling to African countries. Guess what? That guy was suspended from his job for 2 months, pending on investigation. And after investigation, they found out that this guy is clean. That his friend called out of jealous to ruin him. And they called him back 2 months after, hugged him, promoted him, and paid him for the time lost. Yes. You don't have to talk. You don't have to worry about people talking about you. People who don't even know themselves think they know you. How can you know people when you don't even know yourself? The same thing happened to a couple that I met after I finished the speech. They called me on the side. They said, Patrick, your talk today cut through our heart because we experienced heartbreaking a moment in our lives. At the age of 45, we lost 2 of our sons in a car accident, but we failed to accept the fact that we lost them and they will never come back. We started drinking and living reckless life till we accept the burden that God has given to us, till we accept our destiny. Then we began to live normal life and we quit drinking. By the age of 53, my wife became pregnant and had a triplet without medical help. This is what the man said. Because we accepted our burden, we accepted the cross that God has given us. Triplet. And she delivered 2 boys and 1 girl. Pain is a way of life. Don't be ahead of yourself. Go through your pain and wait for what He has for you at the end. Unfortunately, we human beings, we can't see tomorrow, but God sees tomorrow. You can prepare for tomorrow as much as you want to do, but at the end of the day, God determines the outcome of tomorrow. See, my people, no man or woman on earth has reached the cadre of greatness without going through adversity. There's no human being that you call great that hasn't gone through suffering, difficulties, challenges, heartbreaking. So pain is a way of life. It's the way that we grow. When you pass through it, you become great in your own right. In Matthew chapter 10, verse 38, it says, whoever that does not pick his cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Even Jesus Christ himself went through pains, crucifixion, and he died for us. He didn't run away. If he had run away, I don't think you and I would be here today. having the privileges that we have, breathing the fresh air that we breathe. Somebody has to pay the bill. Jesus Christ did that for you and I. And he rose after his death. That's the same way that you go through problems in life and then you will rise. You will rise like Jesus Christ did. But you got to go through the pain. Pain inspires. Pain is a process. Pain is a passage. To be alive and happy is to accept pain as the only way. Please don't fail to subscribe to my YouTube for more interesting topics to come. I am PCK Achebe, the voice of hope. Bye-bye.